Hello dear friends, in my previous video we have seen that Appanna took his wife to Panchayat where she is proved innocent. As the snake or the cobra moves around her neck like a garland, and after seeing this situation, Panchayat declares that she is of a divine birth and comes to a conclusion that Rani is not a whore or a prostitute or a bad woman having illegal relations with another person, and that her innocence is proved. Appanna is also convinced that she is innocent, and now he is ready to accept her once again as his wife. Later on, both Appanna and Rani begin a happy life with a newborn child. Now there is a baby with them, both of them. Both of them are taking care of this child, newborn child. But once again, at one night, Naga, that is the king cobra, appears once again. To the house of Rani and Appanna. He saw Rani and his husband Appanna. Both are there in the bed. He found, that is Naga found Rani and Appanna is in the bed. Naga intends to kill her. There is a rage in his mind. He became angry, and in this anger he has an intention to kill her, Rani. But later on changes his thought out of love, because he loves Rani. He takes the form of a small snake and hides in her long hair. Rani has very long hair, and Naga, that is King Cobra, decides to become a small snake and to hide in the long hair of Rani. He does this. But when she wakes up, she feels that her hair is unusually weighing. There is something in her hair. She feels that. It becomes more weighty with the weight of that king cobra. She combs her hair and a small dead cobra falls down. When she combs her hair, small dead cobra falls down. So the situation is very serious according to Appanna, because he cares his newborn baby. Appanna is happy seeing the situation that their son is saved from cobra. Cobra did not bite his newly born baby. And that's why Aparna is happy here. She is a goddess, he says. Rani requests to perform a ritual for the cobra on this day every year, to which Aparna gladly agrees. Actually, Rani comes to know the realistic situation of King Cobra. She understood what Cobra did and why the Cobra did. She understood very well. But Aparna did not know about the Cobra, at the same time about the relations of Cobra and his wife, Rani. Once again, the Cobra found in her hair. So Aparna realizes once again that Rani is a divine creature. The situation creates some kind of relief in the mind of Aparna. Aparna thinks that Rani is a goddess, and for that Cobra did not bite her. Rani takes advantage of this situation and requests Aparna to perform a ritual for the cobra on this day every year, so that we can remember the cobra. She wants to take permission for the ritual of Aparna, which Aparna gladly grants the permission to Rani. And she decides to perform a ritual every year on this day for that cobra, dead cobra. When the story ends, means the narrator of the story ends its story, the listener does not accept the conclusion. The listener does not accept the conclusion. The listener is not satisfied with the conclusions told by the narrator of the story. He provides his own conclusion. Who? The listener. That is the man to whom the story is going to be told. When Rani finds the cobra falling down from her hair, listener is now providing his own conclusion to the narrator. The listener says, when Rani finds the cobra falling down from her hair, it is alive. Aparna tries to kill the snake. When Aparna sees that cobra is alive and running here and there after falling from the hair of Rani, Aparna tries to kill the snake, but Rani takes the cobra and hides it in her long hair again. In her long hair, once again, Rani hides that cobra and saves the life of that cobra from her husband, that is Aparna. In her long black hair, cobra disappears in her hair, and Rani saved the life of that cobra because she loves that cobra and cobra also loves Rani. This interrelations Appanna does not know. Finally, Appanna feels that Rani is a divine creature. At the same time, goddesses. Appanna blindly believes her as a goddess. And finally, at the end of the Nagamandala, all live happily. This is the story of Nagamandala. I hope all of you are understood the story properly so that you will be able to write in the answer books if there is a question regarding the plot construction of the play or the story of the play or the characterization of the play. We will discuss different modes or critical appreciation of this play in my next video. Till then, thank you.